Hello everyone, my name is Miss Theiss, but for today you can call me Aubrey, and I'm here to teach you some yoga. I have a couple of my dogs with me. They wanted to say hi. This is Porky. He's a barking Chihuahua. Yeah. And then this over here is Lolo. Say hi, Lolo. It is very important in yoga to have dogs because a lot of our postures are named after dogs. One posture you're going to be doing today is Downward Facing Dog, and they are experts at that posture. So they may come and do it for you. We will see. I'm going to throw some treats that way so that they leave us alone for a second. You also see my sea otter in the background, and my shirt, it says Otter Things. I actually work for the Seattle Aquarium, and I care for sea otters and harbor seals, but also for fun, I teach yoga. I have been a teacher for the last 8 years. Most of my students are adults, so I'm really lucky to be teaching you kids here today. Let's go ahead and get started. If you have your yoga mat, feel free to use that. But if you're just sitting on the ground, that's just fine as well. And we are going to come into what's called easy pose in yoga. But when I was growing up, we called it crisscross applesauce. So you're just crossing your legs. And breathing is very important in yoga. So you breathe in through your nose and then you let it out. And that's how we are going to start class today. So you breathe in through your nose, take your arms and sweep them out wide, and you lift it up. So you're making a circle. And as you exhale, you breathe out through your mouth and your hands come towards your heart. So you're saying H-A when you breathe out. Inhale through your nose, lift your arms. And exhale out your mouth, let it go. One more, you breathe in, make that circle. And you exhale. So I want you to close your eyes. And in yoga, this is called setting an intention. But what it really means is that you're just going to think of a happy thought. Something that makes you really, really, really happy. And you're going to hold on to that thought for all of class today. Go ahead and open your eyes. Take your right hand and bring it down behind you. Take your left arm, just like you're raising your hand for your teacher. And then you're going to take that left arm, you're going to reach it up and over. So you take that left hand and you stretch over, reach over to the right. And then you switch. So your left hand goes behind you, lift your right arm up. And then you reach over to the left. You're just finding a stretch here. And then the hand comes down. From here, we are going to take a posture called cat-cow. You will notice that a lot of our yoga postures or poses are named after animals. So this one is a cat and a cow. So you come into what's called a tabletop. And it's called your tabletop position because your back is like a table and someone could place a plate on it and it wouldn't fall down because that's how strong and straight your back is. In cow pose, as you breathe in, you lift your head up and you look up towards the sky. And your tailbone goes way up, your belly hangs down low. As you breathe out through your nose, you pull your belly in and you come into cat pose. So cat pose is actually like an angry cat. And you pull that belly and you gaze towards your belly button. Inhale, you go into your cow pose, so let the belly hang down, you look up. As you breathe out, you come into cat. Can you make that angry cat spine? Inhale, back to your cow pose. You breathe in. And then you breathe out. Find your cat. You bring your back just like a table again. From here, we're coming into Downward Facing Dog. To go into Down Dog, let your toes curl. So you're onto the tippy toes. And then lift your knees, lift your hips. You press back. Downward Facing Dog. You're taking your palms, you want to pretend they're suction cups. You suction cup your palms into the ground, just like an octopus. And you lift your tailbone way up high. So you lift your tail up as high as you can, and then you walk it out. You walk out your dog. Lift your heels up, and then you try to rise onto your tippy toes. Then you lower the feet back down. Lift your heels up again. How high can you get onto your toes? Come up even higher this time. And lower your feet. One more time. This is as high as you can go. Come up really, really high onto the tippy toes. I'm only on my big toes. Can you guys do that? And then you lower down. Take your right foot and step it forward. You're trying to walk your foot in between your hands. Then you lift your arms. Warrior one. So your warrior one, your arms reach up nice and high. And you try to get as low as you can with your legs. So you let your legs spread out even wider. Make it really, really long. And your chest is up, the arms are up, and you're gazing forward. And can you suck in your belly? Make it as tight as you can, but keep breathing. And take your hands, bring them down. You're coming back, downward facing dog, and march it out. Take your left foot, step it forward. And then you come up, breathe in. Warrior one on the other side. You're trying to stay light into your left big toe. So notice my left big toe, how it's wiggling around. You want to wiggle around that left toe. And then your legs, make them really wide, really long. Arms reach up even higher, suck in your belly. Hands come down to the ground. Bring it back, downward facing dog, walk it out. Let your feet stay still. Walk your hands back to your feet. With your hands by your feet, you want your feet at a hip-width distance. And you're probably thinking, what is she talking about? Well, make two fists and bring them together. Take your fists, put them in between your feet, and then hug your fists with your feet. That is your hip-width distance. And then you lift your hips up. Take your hands and cross them over in towards the elbows. You can either grab your elbows or you can cross the arms. And ragdoll pose. You just swing your body like an elephant trunk from side to side. And you try to sway so much, but you don't want to lose your balance. And then you start to go front to back, so forward and back. And you notice my toes are lifting, my heels are lifting as I'm going front to back. And you let your arms go long, you can just wiggle them out. Take your feet, bring them together. So bring them all the way together to touch. Can you squeeze your legs together really, really, really tight? Now sit down really low, lift your arms. You're in chair pose. So chair pose is just like it sounds. You want to sit really, really, really low, just like you're sitting into a chair. But the trick here, when you're in chair pose, you don't want to take your toes and make them like claws. You don't want to claw down. You want to be nice and light with your toes. So you'll see my toes are wiggling. Can you wiggle your toes here? Can you squeeze your legs together a little bit tighter? And reach your arms up higher. Now remember, suck in your belly and sit down. Take your arms. You let them go and just swing the arms side to side. And go ahead and lift up. You come up and just stand nice and tall. Airplane pose. Come to the back of your mat if you have a mat. And take your arms, bring them back. Pretend you're making airplane wings. Step your right foot forward. And then you tilt. Your left leg starts to lift up and your chest and your belly start to lower down. Can you take your pinkies, try to bring them closer together so your arms pull back further. You got long, long arm airplane wings. Left leg, lift it up a little bit higher. You want to bring that left leg up nice and high. From here, go ahead and start to bring that upper body so your chest and your belly comes down a little bit more. And then you lift up. Your left foot comes down. Step your feet together again. And just breathe. And your other side. Step your left foot forward. Can you point your right toes? So make them pointed. Find your airplane wings. And then you tilt. So you're coming down, and what you want to make is the letter T with your body. So you bring your back leg up, your right leg up a little bit higher. Pull your arms further back. Pull in your belly. And then you come back up, standing nice and tall with your feet together. And you just breathe. Tree pose. Notice your left leg. I want you to make it as strong as you can. So you're going to imagine a tree trunk. And that's how strong your left leg is. Take your right foot and you can bring it into your ankle, your calf, or if you want to try, you can bring your right foot up and towards your inner leg, so in towards your thigh. And you're going to hold your legs there because these are your tree trunks and they're nice and strong. Take your hands, bring them into your chest. Palms are together. And you're in tree pose. Can you grow taller in your tree? So try to lift up, be a really tall tree. And if you want to really try to not tip over and test your balance, close your eyes. See how that feels. And you might sway. That's okay. You're going to stand up nice and strong. And you let go. Arms down, leg down. Other side. Your right leg, really strong. Take your left foot, and whatever you did on that last side, you're going to do it again. So you're going to repeat. So my left foot is coming up into my inner leg. Your hands come in towards your chest. And again, you're going to try to grow as tall as you can in your tree. And if you really want a challenge here, you can close your eyes. And it is okay to sway. You open your eyes, let your arms and your leg go down, and you relax. Take a deep breath in, and then you let it go through your mouth. We're going to come and sit down now. We'll take butterfly pose. You guys have almost made it to the end of class. Good job. Your feet are together, bottoms of the feet to touch, and then your knees are just falling out to the sides, nice and wide. And you take your arms, flip your palms facing up. And your elbows are bent. Take your hands and you slide them underneath your legs. Now you can stay here or try to bring your face to touch your feet. Then you lift your head up, take your arms out from underneath you. Good job. Your feet are going to go forward, just like they're standing. Take your arms, lift them up, and your hands flip like you're going to give people high fives. And as you breathe out, you come down. Make peace fingers and wrap them around your big toe. Lift your chest. And then you pull. Try to bring your face to touch your big toes. Lift up again. And then pull. One more time. You're going to breathe in. Sit tall. And then you pull down. And you let go of your big toes. Go ahead and shake out your legs. Wiggle out your toes. and come back into your crisscross applesauce. Easy pose. We will take just one deep breath here together. We're going to circle sweep up. Take an inhale, reach your arms up high. And as you breathe out, your hands come back towards your chest. And I want you to remember your happy thought that you had in the beginning of class. At the end of every yoga class, we always end with just one word. And that word, you can practice it, is Namaste. What Namaste means is, I think you are really, really, really awesome. Namaste. Thank you for coming to take my class today, and I'll see you again.